So first on the joint first spot on my watch list for the week are oil stocks, companies in the crude oil space. All through last week, since a few days ago actually, since the conflict between Israel and Iran broke out, it's escalated. The reports that Israel has attacked some crude oil and gas facilities in Iran. So this week you may see some uptick in oil stocks. I mean, I'm looking at the numbers. Chevron went up about 4% last week, while Exxon Mobil went up about 7.4% last week. So if things continue to escalate, or if there are signs in the oil market that there may be a tightness in supply, even though, I mean, Saudi Arabia probably can step in and increase supply. But if the sentiments continue to be negative around geopolitics in that space, then you may see further uptick in the prices of these stocks. Defense stocks, the likes of Lockheed Martin, RTX, would be in play. More so if there's any indication that the US would take part in this whole conflict. So far, there's no word on that. I'm looking at the numbers. RTX is up 4.7% last week, while Lockheed Martin's is up also as well last week. And so you may see, I mean, Lockheed Martin's barely up about 0.51% last week. But if things escalate, you may see an increase because I'm looking at the numbers and Lockheed Martin's was up 3.6% on Friday. After hours, it went up about 1.1%. So that's about 4.7% uptick just on Friday. And so you might see further upsides if things continue to remain heated between the two countries. Microsoft. Microsoft was in the news last week. The stock hit an all-time high. I think that this stock could pull back further this week because when I look at the numbers, I mean, if you've held this stock from the beginning of the year to date, you're up about 13.4%. If you held this stock in the last 5 days or so, it's barely up, but it's just from a historical and analytical and technical perspective. A stock trading at an all-time high, it's normal that people will want to take position when it pulls back a bit. It's also possible people might say, hey, we think there may be further 10-20% upside. Maybe I want to take position for a short-term play. So head or tail, I think Microsoft would be on my radar for this coming trading week. Lena drops its Q2 numbers after trading hours tomorrow. It's a fairly light week in terms of earnings. Lena is one of the biggest home builders in the US. And so they would have insight into the housing market. Are they seeing lower demand? In what ways are consumers changing their demand? And just generally some thoughts on that process. Kroger drops its numbers this Friday after markets open. Kroger operates markets, supermarkets, and stores. So analysts will be interested. What is the consumer doing? Are they cutting back on spending? Are they trading down in terms of what they're buying? And so, I mean, they would have insights. Oh, no. This doesn't work.